interesting to see who's next, and it's Nicholas Backstrom who has gone through this just as long as Alexander Ovechkin has. It's a part of everyone's dream. Sidney Crosby mentioned that when he was 5 or 6, he would dream about having the puck on his stick in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. He was not able to really effectively finish. He's able to coast along with it right now, though.
Joe Sakic will come out to receive it as captain. The Stanley Cup winning Colorado Avalanche. And after 22 years, Raymond Mark! Sakic's telling him, take that thing and skate.
Skate it, baby. Skate it.
We'll follow you.
I'm not sure Ray is going to be able to skate and navigate his way around the ice through his own tears.
I'm proud to present this to you.
Lanny has asked for the other two captains. They alternated with the C's and the A's, but Lanny McDonald, along with Tim Hunter and Jim Poplinski, accept the Stanley Cup from league president John Ziegler.
Cliff Fletcher ushered onto the ice by his coach Terry Crisp, and a big night for Cliff Fletcher.
Simply the best, blaring on the loudspeaker. That's the song the Rangers listened to before the game. He came to New York 3 years ago to deliver the Stanley Cup, and there it is. He's looking up at his family right now saying, I can't believe it. How sweet it is.
Jay spent 16 years between Medicine Hat and his first years in the NHL and didn't even make the playoffs. And Alex Steen, 1,100 games, the longest serving member of the St. Louis Blues.
Gretzky, as is the custom, the team captain, who will accept the trophy on behalf of his teammates. There it is.
Dick, he's always said the only thing that's important is the Stanley Cup. He's got to be feeling on top of the world now.
Presentation of the Stanley Cup.
Bob Airy and Paul Coffey coming on. Lemieux met by President John Ziegler.
NHL President John Ziegler will present the Stanley Cup to our 1990-91 Stanley Cup champions, the Pittsburgh Penguins.
That cup's coming to the Burgh for at least a couple of weeks. Hope you'll get a chance to see it.
They'll be taking it around town. You can bet on that.
And there it is, going to the Penguin captain. They all want to carry it, believe me. Unbelievable feeling. Here's Trottier coming in. He wants that cup so bad.
They just want to touch it, hold it, feel it, cherish it. Soissons six.
Go for it, Mario, go for it.
Hold it high, buddy.
That's the real thing. Well, the Calgary fans have been very gracious in cheering the Canadians, of course, chanting their appreciation to the Flames for a terrific season. But these are two Canadian teams, and I don't think even if Calgary had won in Montreal, that the reception would have been any different for the Montreal fans. This was a great series for Canada, for the National Hockey League, and the Canadians win when they weren't supposed to.
The captain gets it first. And then, always interesting, is who winds up with it next.
Hossa.
And Marian Hossa, for the first time, has the cup above his head.
No greater feeling. You train all summer. You work all season. You think you know what it takes, but until you actually attain it, you have absolutely no idea.
Trevor Daley, injured, broken ankle, knocked out of the playoffs, but a veteran who's been around the National Hockey League for a while, at 32 years old, wins his first Stanley Cup and is the captain's choice for the first pass. Over 900 games without ever making the playoffs, and in his first playoff year, he's won the Stanley Cup.
And there is Dennis Potvin, the Islander captain. He calls his buddies over, the Islanders. NHL President John Ziegler.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now to present the Stanley Cup, the president of the National Hockey League, Mr. John A. Ziegler Jr.
There's some 15,000 people here, Lou Nanny. You're going to have about 50,000 people say, I was there.
That's right. And
you were there via CBS.
I'll guarantee you those players down there will remember they're there. It's got to be something that you dream about. A thrill. You take a fellow like Nystrom, as we said, born in Sweden, coming over to Canada, Western Canada, developing his hockey in the prairies, coming up through New Haven, Connecticut in the American League, fighting hard for a position, coming here and becoming a hero along with all those other Islanders.
Scott Stevens will be the first, I'm sure, to say, Mr. Commissioner, this is for everybody. I'll take it, but I'll let them all get the feel of the Stanley Cup. And the fireworks begin.
You know,
here they go on the parade.
Each year, Bob, only 4% of the players in the league get to take this beautiful march around the rink.
Another guy with a great series. There's Brodeur. Oh, I guess so.
On the night of the last game he'll ever play, Kimmo Timonen predictably got the cup from Jonathan Toews and is reluctant to give it up.
What a journey for him. An LA Kings draft pick, the 10th round in '93. A medal at Sochi, but nothing better than that.
Philadelphia Flyers took it from the Boston Bruins. The league president, Clarence Campbell, the white-haired gentleman in the middle of your screen a moment ago, has given it to the Flyers captain, Bobby Clarke. And Bobby Clarke will try a victory skate with that around here, similar to the soccer tradition in Europe, but it'll be very difficult for him to get around. The fans are all over the ice here, as you can see. Bernie Perron and Bobby Clarke are carrying the Stanley Cup around the ice here at the Spectrum, and this might be the toughest duty that they've had physically since the hockey season began way last fall. Tim, I think you'd have to say this is the arrival of the expansion teams, the original expansion team. The Philadelphia should be a good omen for all of the other expansion teams.
And now you skate the cup. And boy, there's probably just enough left in those Dallas Stars legs to do it.
I don't know, the energy kind of comes down through your hands from the cup. And by the time the energy from the cup gets to your legs, for at least a couple of minutes, you feel like you could play another couple of overtime periods.
Second oldest team, as we mentioned earlier, ever to win the cup.
Won the Art Ross Trophy in 1949-50, leading the Red Wings to a Stanley Cup victory that season, when he became the first player to hoist the cup and skate with it.
I just saw that cup sitting there, so I just went over and picked it up, and I took it to the people on the boards, went around the boards. I wasn't starting a tradition. I was taking care of my fans.
The Red Wings won the cup again in 1952, and with Lindsay as their captain, they won back-to-back cups in 1954 and 55, making him a four-time Stanley Cup
Montreal's famous cup-winning streak began in April of '56. Canadians beat the Red Wings 3-1 and take the series 4-1. Coach Blake is a Stanley Cup winner in his first season behind the Montreal bench.
Scott Niedermayer, come on back up. It's your turn to hoist the cup.
Brother be second? Yes.
There's a bunch of guys in this team I would have loved to have handed to. You know, there's no question about that. But I guess I just felt that there was one pretty easy choice, being my brother. I know he wanted to win a cup so badly for me, and you know what? When he passed me that cup, I was I just couldn't control myself. I remember the tears were just coming down, and it was just a great feeling.
First time for Rob, and first time for Chris Pronger, and a first time for Tamo.
Realization of a dream.
It was incredible. You know, I've seen so many times when some great players, they raise the cup, and they're so happy, and you always dream about that you're gonna be in their shoes one day, and unbelievable.